I were a doctor, I'd prescribe it to everybody.
Hiya people, my name is Mark Caterer.
Hi, my name's Laura.
My name's Leroy Young.
My name's Pop Haywood. Everybody called me Pop.
My name is Paul Drinkwater. They call me Gizza. Gizza drink of water.
Hey everybody, my name's McCartney.
My name's Sam.
I'm Kyle.
My name's Reece Sinclair.
Hi, I'm James Elric.
Hi, I'm Regan Denton, the man from the hood. Me being a local kid from area, being a troubled kid from a estate, could see how things were going wrong. I've been from a street kid to an amateur boxer, schoolboy champion, professional with Frank Warren and making it overseas. And now I'm giving my time back. The stuff I've learned is an healing for other kids going through the same thing as what I did. And, so back in the Manor of Sheffield and it was a great city for steel. One of the cities what made Great Britain great. With coal mines, Sheffield Steel, this and other, but all the works now dried up. So people just started going hungry, pay the bills, so it was, a lot of people did get into stuff where it were crime and what have you, and you couldn't leave your door open because people would be in the back door and robbing you. Robbing each other, it turned to that. Heroin come over, it just wrecked a lot of families, wrecked a lot of Sheffield. Manor's the most single parent area in Britain, and it's all because of drugs, lack of work, no one's getting married no more, there's no money to get married. And it's not that the government set them up where it's a fair way. If you're a young lass, you got pregnant, you got an house, you got money. And then even with the lads, a lot of my mates turned into alcoholics or on drugs. And they got paid to do that. So it just gives them no ethic to get out of it, because once you try and get out of it, there's no work, no money. So the people are just existing as people at the bottom. And we are, there's no true words about it. We're here, we're in the neighbourhood, we're in the hood, we're in the ghetto, and I just could see it going out of control. So one day I went out to a group of youths and asked them why they were all this smashing things up and kids stabbing each other, shooting each other, and they said they were bored, nothing to do. So I introduced them to a boxing gym 7 years ago.
We only had about 5 bags back then. Manor Social Club with a lot of kids, doubled up on bags.
It was tough for him. He'd got bags up on scaffolding bars and he had to take them off every time after every session and put them back on. Doing best he could with what he had around him. And then obviously this school come up.
Pupil numbers had dwindled away to almost, to levels where they couldn't sustain school. Regan got offered to look after it from one of the fire officers who were out corner. He said, will you be custodians of the building? And
at the beginning, no one believed that it would work. Built it from scratch really. It was a bit of a tip when we got here. We had to clean it up.
Now there's over 1,000 members from 4-year-old and the oldest is 84. Since then, we've now had 2 boxing rings, we've got a full gym, we've got a basketball court, we've got a football team. Now we've got 47 kids boxing for Britain, and now we're even doing education. And so if we kind of get that little dream and put that little smoulder, that little flame, what now's a flame, and now let's encourage it. We had fire service coming down, what we're going off because fire's a job. MPs, local MPs scratching their head.
And then we got sponsored by a fire station because
crime dropped 37%, fires by half.
I spent 10 years of my career at Mansfield Road Fire Station, just behind us, and it's absolutely critical that sort of facilities like this just help for the community. It's a brilliant focal point for the community. You teach the people in this area so much, and we just appreciate the partnership that you've got with the fire service and the local community. You've allowed us access to parts of the building to utilise for these training exercises.
16 years of age. Life before gym was quite hard for me. I was having problems at home, not being able to stay at home some nights. Particularly my own fault, no one else's. Take blame for my own actions. I used to go out with my mates, deal, have to do what I had to do to get money, to eat, to live, to put clothes on my back, because no one else is going to do that for me. We were like animals, like we had to eat before someone else or someone come and took from us. You know, it's hard, but you have to get through it. I lost my mum at 12, and I used to get mad a lot, lash out at school, didn't used to listen, started it in teachers. And then I thought, no, I can do something with all this anger that I'm building up, I can do something with. One of my mates, Riley, told me about the gym we were going to, and told me about Regan, how he helps people, how he looks after people who struggle. Come down to his gym, and from the minute I walked through doors, Regan just put his heart in me and told me to keep coming because he could see something in me. Told me to keep coming because I can be someone. And I started boxing, and then I was going back to school. It was just a good thing. Building a little bit of a personality for me. Most important lesson I've learned from Regan is to never lose dignity. Never lose your head, because if you lose your head, then you're not you, are you? You're going to do something daft, or you're going to lash out. But if you always keep your head and stay humble and give back, then you'll get something out of life as well. Whether it's a little thing or a small thing, or even if it improves someone else, you'll get something or you'll see something. But you bring other people on with you as well as bringing yourself on. Like, everyone's on that journey to better themselves. Since I've been here, I've been back to that lifestyle. I won't go back to that lifestyle. I'd recommend this lifestyle for anyone. Me and 5 other kids were doing an educational course here at UD. It's been going for about 3 to 4 weeks now, I think. It's sports personal training course. We learn to cook on a Thursday, so we do a bit of nutrition work on a Thursday. We cook. Then we do a bit of like sales managing, could you call it, by selling it, calculating the profit. So if we don't want to box in the future, we can learn other kids here. So I'd love to train kids and give back, because it got given to me. I know feeling when someone puts trust in you when you might have never had trust put in you before. I know it's like to feel good, to feel appreciated, to feel worth something. You just get everything back, because there's no art there for kids around here. There's no opportunities. Not everyone has to be a boxer if they come here. Not everyone. Some kids might not want to be a boxer, but it teaches you discipline, how to interact with people, teaches you life skills, and it's just better to be here than out there. Regan, he does a lot for people who need that extra thing in life, who need that someone to tell them that it's alright, or that someone to tell them that they can do something no matter who you are, what you've been through, what you've lived through. If you bleed the same blood as someone, never fear them, never doubt yourself. Just make sure that you're always feeling good about yourself, and that what it does here for people, it deserves a lot more for what it gets. It does a lot for everyone. Sometimes you don't even think about itself. It's just straight, probably gets up in the morning and thinks about us, what it's going to do for us. It deserves a lot for it. But my biggest hope is to give back Regan for everything he does for me. That's my biggest hope. My biggest dream is to give something back to everyone who ever said that I can do no in life.
I've been coming to the Hood since January of 2017. When I first started here, I was 42 stone, and things were getting out of hand. I was a couch potato, I wasn't doing anything, and I decided that it was time to get weight off. I come to the gym, I asked Regan if I could come, and he introduced me to everybody. They all said a prayer because I was that overweight, which really touched me. And I just carried on coming, and I've lost 10.5 stone up to now since last January. I had to go to a scrapyard to get weighed because I was too heavy for their scales here. Regan and the Hood, what's done it? Otherwise I'd have probably been dead by now. They look forward to me going down once a fortnight, and it's like a real thing what we all look forward to. Everybody in the Hood they're all behind me, and I've got a good following. It's really touching, like, because it just makes you happy. My mother died of cancer, so I decided to do a fundraising for charity, let me lose weight and raise money at the same time. And up to now I've raised over £500 for cancer research. And I just feel unbelievable because this 10.5 stone I've lost, it's given me a new lease of life. And even though my legs are still shot, I can move about better. I come here 6 days a week. First of all, I had to sit down on a chair because I couldn't stand up with my legs pain. But now I'm managing to stand for a few rounds. I do 15 rounds on bikes, whether I'm sat or stood up. I go into gym sometimes on machines. They help me on machines. And I'm just trying to get my legs going, just trying to get my legs working again. I love it, I love coming here. I love people, the good people. It's a friendly atmosphere. This place is not just a boxing gym, it's a local community centre. Without this place, this estate would go down again. It would go back down to nothing. There'd be muggings, there'd be burglary. The crime rate would go sky high. These young kids what's hanging about on local shops, mugging old people and burgling houses, when they come in Hood, they learn respect, and that's what's missing in this environment now. Regan and Laura and everybody and Dennis, they've done a right job for us to come here and try and lose weight and better his life and get a better quality in life. And I'd also like to thank Regan and everybody at the Hood, because without them I want to be in here now.
When I met Regan, you know, I couldn't believe what was going on. It was amazing. It's been a massive impact of such a positive way. Before I was in a full-time job, just getting on, and you know, like everyone does. Now I come here, and I'm excited to come here. You know, there's always someone to talk to. There's always someone to engage in. If I don't come here, the next day I'm like, I can't wait to get there. I'm here at 8:30 in the mornings. It's brilliant. Everyone, you know, gets on. Everyone's here to help each other, and that's what it's about. It's about the community. Now people, you know, they're coming here and they're finding out that these people live on the next street. So then, you know, if they can't get here, they're helping them, bring them here. There's that big help where everybody's there to help each other. For example, you know, we haven't got heat in here. We've had, say, 60 heaters dropped off. So everybody's here to help. We put that on Facebook, and then everyone's saying, oh, I've got a heater, I've got a heater. It's word of mouth, and it's just great for the community that we're all bringing things back together. This doesn't just stop when these doors close. It's, you know, you're always interacting with people. People are ringing each other. If someone's going through a hard time at the Hood, everybody's there to support that. It's just doing really, really well. And, you know, now we've got schools engaging. We have Sheffield Inclusion Centre and we have Heritage Park. Because they've engaged in the Hood, now they're back into mainstream school. Quite a population of them. We're engaging with the police, the fire service, the job centre. They send people on 8-week placements with us. So they come for 8 weeks, but because they enjoy the volunteering and they enjoy the Hood so much, they also stay on and do a couple of days volunteering with us a week. We work alongside Hatfield Prison. So what they do is the prisoners, they come out on day releases, so they're at the end of the sentences. So these people, they've served 14, 15, 16 years, and they're coming to the end of the sentence. So it's about them getting back into the community, rehabilitating themselves, because when you spend so much time behind closed doors and then they just let you out, you know, it's a big life-changing situation. So, you know, one of the prisoners that we've had with us now, he's a solicitor. Best thing about the whole situation is that they still come back and see us. So we must have done something for their lives for them to keep coming back and in seeing us. Anything that we do, that, you know, we just say to them, could you help us with this? And, you know, they're really good and they're really supportive of the hood.
I come on a placement from social, yeah. An 8-week placement, and I've been here ever since. You know, I finished my placement, I asked them if I could stay on, and they said yeah, so, and now I do voluntary work, so it is my life. Do you know what I mean? I mean, I come here, I work for no, but, you know, benefits, you see. I take classes in the morning, I take classes in the afternoon. We must get 100 in over tea time, you know, from 4:30 to 6:30. Everybody what comes here loved it. I mean, I've been off for 5 days and I couldn't wait to get back. Do you know what I mean? I was dying to get back. And I would live here if I could. But that's how the place gets you. Everybody comes in, there's not one disrespectful kid in here. They all give you skin, you know. You give them respect, they give you respect. I remember all the names. Sometimes I have to ask them twice, but when they come in here, we embrace them, we take them in. Don't matter what they are, what they've done, who they think they are, whatever. They're all the same when they come in here. You get other gyms and people like that, oh, which way is it to beach, you know? None of that. You know, there's no discrimination. You can be white, black, green, whatever. You know, you can be 6 foot, 2 foot, whatever. It doesn't make no difference. Everybody's treated the same. We've got people that have lost 13 stone, two's lost 8 stone, and then there's 3, 4, 5 stone. It gives them a better quality of life. 37% in crime reduction. How much would it cost to keep somebody in prison for a week? So for all them people, what is it cost to put them in and get some meeting on? That's all we want.
I've been struggling with alcohol dependency and drug addiction since I was about 26 years old. I'm 45 now. Ruined my life, lost lots of things that meant a lot to me. Ended up being really ill. My life became unmanageable. Went into rehab in 2010 to try and resolve my issues. Came out of rehab, thought I cracked it, and within 3 months I was back using Class A's and drinking heavily and binging, and pretty quickly my life fell apart again. Lost lots of jobs because of me issues with alcohol and drugs. Let a lot of people down, hurt a lot of people. And then, back in 2016, lost my driving licence, lost my partner, looked like losing my house. Had the contact with my daughter restricted to supervise because of my drinking, and I thought my world was falling apart. The problem is that the more you're isolating, the more you do it, the more you push the people away that love you. And so, you know, they've only got so many times they can keep not letting you off because they don't understand it. And, you know, even your family and even your loved ones eventually get to a point where they can't cope and they just push you away. And when that kind of happens, it's kind of nice because you can carry on doing what you're doing then without anybody getting at you. So it kind of goes both ways. It's, you know, you don't want them to leave you alone, but when they do, it allows you then to get on with it and just drink and drug as much as you want, and nobody's policing you or checking you. I sold everything in my house to keep buying alcohol. I stole from shops, got bored from all shops near my house, made a nuisance of myself, tried to drink myself to death, ended up with 3 hospital admissions. Came out of hospital in November and thought, I've got to beat it this time. You know, these are all the things that addiction and alcoholism will do to you. They'll make you become so selfish. You know, I've got a little baby girl, well, she's not a baby now, she's 8, and all the way through it, even at my darkest times, I just knew I couldn't leave her without having a dad. So I think she's probably the main reason why I've stuck with it and always tried to fight it. And that's when I kind of got introduced up to HUD, to recovery group, Kickback Recovery with Mick Hartley. Since November 2016, I've attended nearly all Kickback Recovery sessions on a Thursday evening. I've become a part of HUD family, helping him with everything from reception desks to coordinating things, building repairs, using my skills from my professional career. I'm now on Recovery Ambassador scheme, which is run by Sheffield Health and Social Care and NHS, and that's 6 months worth of drug and alcohol training with a view to becoming a worker in the field. So my recovery is going really, really well. It's best it's ever been. I celebrated 12 months sober 3 weeks ago, and prior to that I've not gone. I don't think the longest I've gone in 27 years, about 3 months. So 13 months nearly is a massive achievement for me, and it's onwards and upwards. It's given me routine, structure, friendships, hope, and a sense of purpose again, feel like I'm worth something, and that's what he does. He's just such a good self-worth and self-esteem. It really does lift people up here. It's an amazing place. Everything's absolutely, it's brilliant. Everything, my life, my friends, my faith, even my finances. Even though I don't have any money, I pay all my bills every Saturday morning on time, and what's left is mine, and I just about scrape through. And I ain't got no spare money to do anything extravagant, but it's like I've grown up. I'm 45 and I've finally grown up. You know, I've got my daughter bike. I see my daughter up at my dad's house. I am looking at having her back in my house after Christmas, fingers crossed. I'm starting to do a little bit of paid work again in construction field, which is health and safety consultation work. I'm retraining as a drug and alcohol worker. Evidence shows that, you know, it's a lot of kids that we've got might have been the ones that were out there being a bit naughty and doing stuff, because since we've opened up and we've got a place running, crime's dropped loads. We've had kids that have done that and then they've managed to get back into mainstream schooling, which is a really good achievement. So we're proud of that as well. You know, we have people come for all different reasons. They come and do boxing circuits, they use gym, they come and just play pool or snooker, they just come and have a cup of tea, they come on Saturday mornings for family day, for community breakfast. It's massive, you know, the way it reaches out to the community and gets people in. Well, it's an open front door, isn't it? You know, you come to Hood and from 10 o'clock in the morning right through till 6, 7 at night, there's always something going on. There's always something for somebody to come and do and not be on their own, or just be around other people. So yeah, and it's not just about that as well. It's people on estate feel that they you know, the Hood is everybody's. It's not just Regan's and Laura's and that. It's for the people, by the people. Regan says so. Everybody just wants to part, and they want a bit in it, and they just give effortlessly. We when we need help or we want help, we just put a message out on Facebook and we say we need this, and within a day we've got everything we need. And when we moved this ring here from Otherall down to this hall, we moved it on Easter Sunday, and we got about 50 people turned up.
Friday 3rd of March this year, I took it upon myself to think that my life was over. You know, I couldn't carry on with life. I'd been through so much that just messed up my mind, and I stood in front of a train, and the train hit me, it broke my spine, collapsed my lung, did all my shoulder in, and I was in intensive care 17 days. They put 2 metal rods and 8 bolts in my spine, and they said I'm paralysed from chest down and never walk again. I was really unstable mentally at the time. Then to be told I'm paralysed from chest down and never walk again, and I'm saying I will, and they're telling me I won't. You know, I ended up getting thrown out of hospital, so I got like a 12-month exclusion order, so I can't receive physio or anything. But being able to come here and use these facilities, you know, and be in a safe, friendly environment, you know, and I was so welcomed here, I feel at home. I'm thankful that I'm alive. These trains are big lumps of steel, you know, they rip cars, trucks, lorries in half. The mind's so powerful, and if you let it take over, it will. It'd taken over me that night. But I just encourage people that not to let any situations, circumstances, money, property, people or anything push you over the edge, because life is a beautiful gift. It's not a thing, it's a gift. I used to lay on my bed, close my eyes, and just imagine I'm walking to shop.
Yeah.
And even though my legs weren't moving, my mind was telling me to walk.
That's right.
And then eventually I got moving. Just be thankful for, like I say, your sight, because there's people waking up blind. I'm thankful for my wheelchair. It's not an obstacle, you know, it's something that aids me to get on with my life, and yeah, it helps me get out and about, you know. I want crutches to walk, because I will walk again. This is brilliant. This machine is brilliant. I'm thankful for the Hood, and they're doing really good, you know. I just encourage other people to come here and use the facilities and get more involved.
7 years ago I was a professional boxer. I was verge of going for a major title, and the time being come and lost my way and ended up doing 2.5 years in prison. I had a bit too much too fast to this former prisoner, former boxer. Taking these kids off his estate and getting them running around and cleaning the estate up, putting my energy into something positive, being a part of something positive, having discipline and respect, and that's what it's about. It's about people coming together and moving forward today for a better tomorrow. I think we all want to be a part of something. That's why these kids have been a part of a gang or part of criminal activity, and now they're part of the hood. Hood stands for brotherhood, sisterhood, parenthood, neighbourhood, and it's about bringing it back. People used to engage with each other and have simple things, please, thank you, and respect, main thing, and helping each other, brotherhood, sisterhood. And it's not that, just the well-being of people with mental health, being a part of something, feeling safe, challenging them thoughts in their head, putting it into exercise and something positive. A lot of people's got mental health issues because they sat at home not doing anything, and putting them on medication. It's not, well, this works. We've got a lot of people from mental health, young kids, ADHD and all that lot. Now they're off the tablets, they don't need them because they come here, they let it out on that bag, and they put their energy into something positive. Now we're working with Naughty Boys School, I think it's 5 Naughty Boys Schools, changing these kids' lives, giving them a bit of discipline and respect. We've got a Sheffield Kickback Recovery from my partner Mick Hartley. Even the integration, we have people from Poland, Pakistan, Jamaican, African, Chinese. I could go on, and what it were, Manor were the most, they said it were the most white place, and you know, now it's just integrating people. That we feed people in the area, work with Asda, Fair Share, where it's bread, milk every week. The great, what's said it going out on date, chucking it away here, we're feeding people what are homeless. We work with a lot of homeless, vulnerable and desperate people. Proper frontline work, and we're here every day. Well, now we're raising money for like Bluebell Wood. Kids did a little white collar show. They raised £5,000 on a night for Bluebell Wood. How good's that? Even these young kids doing like sponsored silence at school, sponsored runs. Mark Cater losing all that weight. All the money what's raised through it. He's got a giving page, helping thousands. We ain't got no money, we're on his knees, but we're still helping people. Now it's encouraged other people to get off the backside and do a bit where we all can change. Our old Joe, Mark's 50 odd, and he were on death doors, he thought there were no return. Now Mark is an inspiration for everybody. He's got such a following. Now he's such a happy man. Healthy body, healthy mind, healthy soul. If a guy can go, he's been on drugs for 40 years and get off it, get his family back. If Mark Cater can come in here at 40 odd stone now, he's lost over 10 stone. Kids who got bullied now are Yorkshire champions. Kids who used to smash things up, they're just a menace to society. Stop doing what they're doing, and even Reese, who's in this room now he used to put crime up. As we're doing, we've set him a job up where he's working with Naughty Boys School shift this afternoon. We're there for him to change his life. Now he's helping to change other people's life. The hood is a medicine for Manor, where now it's healing people.
I started with depression. I had some liver problems, which I don't know what caused it, but then I lost my job through them liver problems. And then my head kind of just switched off, got depression, got a bit of agoraphobia. I couldn't go out of the house, I used to sit in dark rooms, sunglasses on, migraines constantly. Just locked myself away from everything. My kids, they saw me crying upstairs, I didn't like it, so this is where I'm really pushing myself. Been to town 3 times in 7 years. I used to drive a bus, can't get on a bus. I've been on once and I nearly threw up. But I'm getting there, I'm on the right track. And since I've been here, I've lost about 4 stone. We do a class with Pops, boxing on bags, absolutely awesome. Atmosphere is unbelievable. Even my wife started. My kids come on a Saturday, got them their own gloves now. Nobody judges anybody. We've all got our own stories. We're all coping. A lot of us have got depression, which I didn't know to start with, but once you get to know people, they tell you their stories, which you get it because you're going through it yourself. It's just a laugh, fitness and a laugh. My medications, my fitness, I love it now. Like I said, 4 stone loss is brilliant. I've just started volunteering for Manor Castle Development Trust. I'm going to Alma University next year to do a course on fitness, well-being. So I'm looking forward to that in the future, want a job. Hopefully with mental health and fitness combined. That's my dream job now.
Because I have this new Regan Fruit family. I was in a bad place at the time. I needed something in my life, a purpose myself. He says, come along, give it a go. And I've just fitted in, and I work here and do the best that I can do for the community and for these kids. And it's nice to make champions in people, champions of life, I like to call it. I mean, I'm an amateur coach. Before I did this, I didn't have any badges or anything. I've got my amateur badge now, I take kids all over Yorkshire, Humberside. From these kids not even being into boxing to get an amateur card and then go out and be training here 5-6 times a week. And they could be out on them streets, messing about in bus shelters, on street corners, doing what kids do, thinking they're hustling about and things. They might as well be in here, believing in themselves to be somebody in their own life, rather than just going home and sitting on the computer, sat on the settee, thinking about everyday crap. They come here and they believe that they are somebody, which they are becoming somebody, because it's hard work doing what these kids are doing. And then we've got the adult side to it, the recovery. Some of the people that I've seen change their lives around it, which is such a big thing and such a positive thing for all the community. It's unbelievable what it's doing here. We are vegan, we wouldn't have this here. And it's given us all a purpose in life, and we all run with the positivity rather than the negative. If you're around negative people, then that negativity can bounce off people and you can end up in a rut. Whereas this train, as we call it, this machine that we've built here, the hood, is all about positivity and bringing the best out in people.
I'm a first female amateur boxer here. My mate told me about it, so I came just to see how it was, and I've come ever since, and that was nearly a year ago, and I've really enjoyed it. I started boxing because I just wanted to get fit. At first it was a bit weird. They didn't want to hit you, but they just punched me as like I'm a boy. Boxing is a really good stress reliever. From school, it just relieves it straight away off back. You meet loads of new friends as well, and everyone on streets and that, because they know you're a boxer, they're more nice to you and ask you about your fights and just talk to you a lot more.
Before I come boxing, I was underweight, I didn't really eat much. I was vulnerable to people who go pick up bullies really. I always want to get picked out of a group because I was smallest. From boxing, just got a lot of respect. Even in school, everyone knows where I am. It's massive in school, art school. Not only just good for your fitness, but mentally it's good for you. I just get right stressed out about work because, especially with GCSEs and stuff. I think boxing helped me through it really. Clear my head before I go back to revise. I think boxing helped me pass my exams. I've got a lot of good experiences. I've had 3 fights for Yorkshire, won them all. A lot of people without families, they come here just, even if they're not training, they just like to come and see us. If this place shut down, I feel sorry for the area, to be honest. But making a lot of people homeless, man. A lot of people, it's like they live here. Without the gym, they'd be on the streets again, smashing the place up. Because they're bored and got nothing else to do.
I got to UK about 3 months ago, and I love the culture of the city. People are great, and straight away everyone was really excited about me being a foreigner and just coming in straight up and talking to everyone. Yeah, so all smiles. Being a part of the family is a big thing, really a big thing. Visited a couple of gyms in the city center. It was okay. The coaches were coaching. The gym was fine, but I didn't feel like this bond between a coach and an athlete. You know what I mean? I really enjoy this place, and I think the hood is making a real big step and helping the culture and the kids. So making this place a better place. Big props to the coaches for trying to build us mentally, of course physically, and just trying to make us better people.
I'm from Kickback Recovery. I'm a recovering addict, been in recovery for 3.5 years. In that 3.5 years I have had relapses, lapses, but I've worked through it, worked through my addiction problems. All the knowledge that I've gained, all the tools that I've picked up, I wanted to give something back to the community. So I ended up setting my own recovery groups up, teamed up with Regan Denton from the Hood, got an opportunity, a great opportunity to make recovery easily accessible in the community, and that's what we've done. Kickback Recovery started up at the Hood, we had maybe 4 or 5 people, we had 9 people involved. Over a year, I'd say Kickback Recovery has up to 90 to 100 members. Obviously not all at one time, but coming through different times of the week, we've got up to 100 members. We run a recovery group, Kickback Recovery, every Thursday between 4 and 8 PM. in that time, it's a recovery group meeting, group therapy, and we do 1 hour's free optional fitness training. We combine working on the mind, working on the body together, and we're getting people liking themselves again, loving themselves again. A lot of people have been self-harming with drugs for a long time, and together we're making it work as a team effort, and we're making it work. So I'm so proud to be part of this project, and we have got people staying clean. We do lose a few people, but they don't come back. We need to see somebody today, part of we call them kickbackers, part of the group, kickbackers. She's relapsed. We've been to see her today. She was scared coming back to the group, but she's going to come back Wednesday. She will be met with open arms. That's what we do. We accept that relapse happens. Relapse is a part of recovery. We do know that. No disrespect to the services in Sheffield, I think, and they are well aware of what we're doing and really behind us. We have created something that's making a bit of a stir, and we're getting noticed. Yeah, we're keeping people clean. Yeah.
Started from me shouting at kids out the window on front where a kid got shot, kid got stabbed, burning bins. Police won't go on it because they just brick them and run off, smashing park up. This building would have never been up if it weren't for the road, because it would have been burnt down. It makes you wonder if that's why they want to invest now on this old land what they used to burn cars out. Manor could be one of the estates where you want to live for a safer future and education, health and community. Because no matter how rich your estate is, you're only as wealthy as you're with the people around you. Money can't buy with love and support. Buying the land, putting more people, so there's going to be more people, more problems if there's nowhere for the community to go. We're here with his arms open. But I've done this for 7 years, not for a penny. I still have to sign on for a living because there ain't no money around here, and to do what we do we need backing, like any business needs. When you're working with people vulnerable, and when you're working with people at all ages, yourself, it's freezing in here, there's no heating in it, big old Victorian building. That stuff, what we've got, we've just begged and borrowed. It's like, I always say it now, it's got that big, it's like Titanic, and I'm trying to pull it on a bit of string. We need some backing, need some help. It's securing the building, securing these people's futures. We're playing with people's lives here. You imagine we've done all this work, dropping crime now. We're one of the most criminal areas, most criminals are from, in the area, in the city. Because they weren't criminals because they're bad people, it was just because times are hard, times are tough, and we sometimes had to go out and get it some other ways.
I had my own businesses for the last 30 years. I've been involved with all sorts, including professional football, but nothing inspires me like it does seeing what's going off here. It's absolutely unbelievable, and that's going right from people coming from weight loss and stuff like that, which is a massive thing in our society today with obesity levels. The other thing up here is integration. There's people from all nationalities coming here, and they all mix. There's no animosity between people. That's great to see. I try and get local business involved to bring sponsorship in. We've got a lot of interest already, but what holds things back up here is there's no lease on the building. What will then come will be sponsorship, grants, funding, that will follow. And then when that follows, we can bring the right staff in to do the right courses, expand on the education programme that's already been started. Just going on from there, we can get people into employment. There's high unemployment in this area. We can bring employment here. We've already spoke to several big contractors who are willing to work with us, but it goes back to the same old thing every time. We need to get that lease secured. When we can, then we can take this to the next level.
We'll have the next Ricky Hatton or Prince Nazim, or even if it's the next Regan Denton, and steer him on the right path. Family's important, and that's what the Hood is, a big, big family.
They treat you like family here.
We're family.
I was I felt like being in a family.
It's a big, massive family.
It's like a family. Yeah.
Walk through the door, your family. Even dog comes to greet you.
Part of the family.
It's like one big happy family.
If you can keep one of them kids out of prison, if you can keep one of them kids, if you can stop them doing what they do on the street, it's worth it.
Yeah.